Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. And we're back at the Jewel Rio Aquascape, and we're doing a video today on Limnophila Sessiliflora and how I'm going to use it, or how I am using it, to help with some algae issues in this tank. Throughout the video, if you do hear me sniffing a lot, I do apologise. I have still got quite a bit of a cold, and it's been about 3 weeks now. I'm trying to get over it, and I'm getting a lot better. So if I do hear a lot of sniffling or a bit of thing, I apologise for that. I'll do my best not to do it during the video. So we'll start with the plant itself. This is Limnophila Sessiliflora, and what we'll do first is I'm just going to pinch off a stem. Doesn't matter because I'm going to trim this back, a load of it anyway, very soon. And we can see the plant there here. Try and get the camera wet, but there it is, Limnophila Sessiliflora. So a stem plant, which you plant in the substrate, and it sends runners. Well, it sends them everywhere, every direction. Sends a little runner, and it will shoot up all over the place. This was originally only a collection of stems in the middle, and as you can see now, it's pretty much everywhere. It's all over the tank. But that's what I wanted. I wanted that to happen, and we'll explain why in the video. It's an easy category plant. I am using good light and CO2, but you don't need that. It will grow very, very fast in most tanks. It's a really fast grower, super speed plant. You'll see it in I've seen it, sorry, in a lot of other people's channels. They'd use the plant in startup tanks where there was going to be a lot of slow growing plants, and they would use it to get past that early stage of the aquascape. And then when they're ready, they remove it. Now this wasn't exactly a new tank. I mean, it's a very mature tank in terms of filtration and substrate, but I did do a recent kind of rescape, and what I'd done is I'd used a lot of slow growing plants, and I'm pretty sure that's the main cause of my algae issues, that the nutrients were too high for the plants I'd used. They were very slow growing, and there was just too much nutrient space. I mean, it's heavily stocked. It's a good subsystem. I do fertilise. So yeah, I think that's what it was. I mean, I don't think the algae issues come from any other reason. I know there was, is it CO2, blah, 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 blah. I don't believe it's CO2 related. You might get some from CO2, but not much. I believe totally that the algae in here, and most algae actually, are caused by excess nutrients. That's my experience in the hobby. I don't believe, I mean, I might be wrong, but I do believe that's the main reason for the algae. Lighting, of course, if it's too high and all that sort of stuff, yeah, but mainly nutrients. Too much or too little as well, of course. This one was obviously packed for nutrients, slow growing plants, and it just wasn't doing very well. So I had an idea. I thought, yeah, why not I try some Limnophila Sessiliflora? And as you can see, it took over the tank, and a lot of the algae issues I had here, especially this piece of wood here, hopefully I can be close up in a minute, but it was massive. It was huge. It was like a big ball of BBA, and that really has subsided. It's nearly almost gone. All of it around here is now cleared up. Around here is mostly cleared up, and the tank looks really well. And the plants that were struggling, the slow growing plants, are now really doing quite well. Really are. I mean, there's crypts here now that are doing really well. They're flying now. Big crypt here is flying. So yeah, I think it's definitely worked. Going forward, I'll probably remove most of the Limnophila, if not all of it, and the scape will take more of a shape. My initial plan was to have the ferns here, the Java fern, and some swords. I think the swords were Eclodorus, and it was going to go down into a triangle, into your more slow-growing plants, your crypts at the bottom here, some moss and some rock. That's the plan, eventually. Now, I do like Limnophila Sessiliflora. I definitely might keep some of it if I can keep it under control, because it's a beautiful plant. It's a really lovely plant. Has real light green colour, so it really makes the tank really pop. Obviously the fish are going to enjoy this mental plant that's everywhere, so that's nice. At night time, it's really interesting because when the lights go off or it gets a bit dark in the room, the plant actually goes completely straight. literally, it closes completely up, which I think is fascinating. I know some of the plants, but yeah, so it's a fascinating plant. It kind of really closes up, and it's really noticeable that it closes. And it looks, I'll try and get footage of that in this video so you can see that actually happening. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's really, it's working. It's definitely working. We'll see how it goes in the future when I do remove it, if it lasts that way or not. I'll update you, obviously, on the progress of the tank. But it's looking really well. I'm happy with it. I mean, I might even keep it in there. Who knows? Because it's a really, really bright plant popping. Fish seem to love it. They're doing really well. Fish health is perfect. Yes, we have some BBA here, but this is not for any of that reason. This is literally maintenance. This is literally me being lazy. I haven't cleaned these areas in such a long time that they've formed a bit of BBA on them. But I'll remove them very shortly. Give them a really good clean, and that'll solve that. The main issue was the wood here. It was terrible. It was really putting me off. Really, it was too bad. And now it's almost gone. So I'm loving that. Obviously, it won't be completely gone forever. No tank we have is algae free. If someone tells you that, they're probably lying, because it's not real. This is real. This is a hobbyist, me at home with a tank in my kitchen. This is not some crazy photoshopped aquascape you're going to see online with algae free. They don't really exist. A tank will have algae in some way or other in the tank. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. That's you. That's my opinion. I've got several tanks running. I've done it for several years, and I don't think I've ever had a tank algae free completely. Nothing at all. No, it's always there somewhere. We want to get down to as minimum as possible, so it's not a nuisance. But it's always there in the background somewhere. All right, I don't know what else to say, really, lads. It's a very quick video, quick update, really, on the plant. If you're interested in buying this plant, I certainly recommend it, especially if you're going to start a tank brand new. Get a few stems of this, even leave it in the pot, just pop it in your tank and let it grow away in your tank while your tank's maturing and the plants are growing, and it'll really help, I think. Definitely help. Yeah, I mean, I've tested it, it's working. I've also got it over here, because this nano tank, if you see it in the pit video, just about, yeah, is struggling with some green algae, which is to be expected. It's a brand new setup, and I've actually popped in some Sessiliflora in the nano tank and to help out with that. And again, that is subsiding. It's going a different colour, starting to melt away. Some of the shrimp stuff in there are eating that. So in a few weeks, I think this tank will be also in a good place. And we'll update on that as well. I've got big updates on the nano tank. I've got a 60p in the living room. We'll be doing that as well. But for now, that's pretty much it. Of course, any comments, I'll be delighted to hear from you. Any questions, of course. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.